The Evansville Area Council of PTAs has been operating the clothing bank since the 1950s to benefit needy Evsc children by providing them with appropriate clothing, hygiene, and shoes for school. The clothing bank has operated out of a few empty classrooms in Washington Middle School for the past 30 years. Principals, counselors, and social workers in the school corporation make arrangements for students to visit the clothing bank during a time of need. The Community Link recently met with PTA President Barry Jones to learn more about this valuable resource for EVSC families.
I've been involved for 13 years. I got involved when my children entered kindergarten through T-Couple. I was very active at school, which was part of the PTA. 7 years ago, I was the council president of the Evansville Area Council, and which oversees the clothing bank. 7 years ago, we would average maybe 800 kids a year. Last year, we creeped up to 1,400 students being serviced. The need is great. This year, we're looking to service 2,000 kids. This is the shopping for these kids. They get to come once a year. This is their day. They get to come pick out clothes for school. They also get clothes to play with. They're happy to come here. This is their only shopping, and they're excited. Most of the clothes are gently used. Our goal is eventually to be able to have a 50-50, where when kids leave, they get 50% new clothes, 50% used. At school, kids need to feel just as important as the kids that they are friends with. First day here, I had two little girls in here. They were sisters. And I come in, and the youngest one had pink cowboy boots on that someone had donated. They were old, had seen their time. The little girl was walking around with these cowboy boots on, and I remember, I said, well, let me check the size. The older sister comes around the corner. She says, Mama's not going to be happy if you come home with those pink cowboy boots on. And, I looked at her and said, but, this is your day. These are extras. The older sister says, but you can't wear those to school. And I said, but you know what? These are yours. And so I looked at her again and I said, do you want these pink cowboy boots? She walked out that day with her uniform shorts on, her uniform polo, with pink cowboy boots, happy as can be. The small things to these children means a lot. And them getting to shop without their parents being here, they're picking out their own clothes. We do make sure everything fits. We are allowing that there is growth. They get to come once a year. If they come in August, they get their winter coats. They come in January, they're getting their shorts and t-shirts for the summer. This is a one shop for all year for these kids.
I've been bringing students to the PTA Clothing Bank for the past 15 years. This is my 16th year at Cedar Hall. Well, the need has definitely increased. When I started in '98, certainly there were a lot more resources available, so we did not, or were not able to identify as many families and students in need. Now the demand is so much higher because, of course, we have so many families who are struggling financially, and without the clothing bank, their children probably would not have uniforms or clothing to wear to school. It took some getting used to when we switched from regular clothing to uniforms, and I think our families really initially were skeptical about the change, and there at one time was a limit on uniforms. They were very difficult to find at the local stores, and the clothing bank has always been very good about providing uniforms for our students who didn't have them. When we've got students here today who may not have had the opportunity to go out and do their own shopping, so when they come to the clothing bank, they get to pick out clothing that they like and clothing that they feel good about. And I think with anything, when I go into work and I'm dressed up, I feel great about myself. And oftentimes before we even leave the clothing bank, the kids are asking if they can wear their new clothes back to school. And you can just see it makes a difference when kids fit in, because we know there's a lot of bullying, and so kids are often chastised by what they wear. So when you can walk into school and have a new outfit on, new shoes, that means a lot. Certainly I can see an increase in their self-esteem.
I work with family engagement, and I bring community partners in within Cedar Hall. Yes, with our students, and now we have our families actually bring the students to Washington Clothing Bank to service them. That way, it just connects me with the parents a little more. It just helps them out. So, and I give transportation. I bring them over. I help in any way needed to help our family. The impact's great. I mean, it's wonderful. I mean, if somebody needs something, there's never a time where anyone here has ever said that they couldn't come get a jacket or come get help if it's needed. If it's needed, this is the first place we call. I mean, they've always gone above and beyond for our students and our families.
Well, I came here last year with my daughter, and we worked 2 nights, and I saw there was such a need for this, and it really excited us. We moved here from Terre Haute a year ago, and we saw what this had to offer for the student body at North High School and North Middle School is where my children go. And we were lucky enough to be able to see children come in and be recipients of the clothes and of all the other things that are offered. And it was just such a blessing that we knew we wanted to become more involved. When I come in, I'll work with the clothes. I help hang up. I've been able to help with the children and help them choose clothes. It's been extremely gratifying to be able to watch the kids. They get so excited because they get a new pair of shoes. I just helped 2 little boys a few minutes ago, and they were excited because they got new underwear, something that my children take for granted. And it's been very humbling. And I think more people need to come here and see what the clothing bank offers for the children.
You know, yesterday we had a little boy that came in, had his mom's coat on, had his sister's boots on. You know, he was a first grader. And, you know, when he left, he had his very own coat. He had his very own shoes. You know, we see kids that they don't have anything. And, you know, we are putting the clothes on their back that they can go to school, they get the education, the clothes that they can go outside and play with.
For more information, you can contact the Clothing Bank at 435-8888, extension 22212.